welcome to the third episode of Not to Self, the video podcast series, talking about different topics on different days. And thank you very much for each and every one of you who showed me support in my first videos and gave suggestions to improve. I believe that I have improved a bit from the previous two videos in this one, and I hope as the video series progresses to improve a lot more in the future as well. So let's talk about today's topic. Today's video will be about, are all the great ideas that comes to your mind stupid? At some point in your life, I'm pretty sure that you have heard people claiming to be doing something different, people claiming to be different than others, and people asking you to be different, do something different, do something new, and do something that has not been done before. And even if you go to any place or any function, you will definitely see people saying that I'm doing different things, I'm doing different stuff. So I'm pretty sure that you also have in your life at some point have got an idea in your mind and thought that this must be an idea, this must be a different idea that if you put it out there will be something worth $1 million, or at least it will be something that can make it on its own and will be the next big thing. So I'm pretty sure that each and every one of you has experienced that kind of situations at some point in your life, if not one, at least a few points in your life. So how many of those people, how many of you, or how many of people you know have actually got an idea like this and put it out there and have been successful in that idea? I'm pretty sure it's less than 10% of the people who have actually got an idea, who have actually went through it and put it out there to make it on its own. And what happened to the rest of the 90%? The rest of the 90%, I'm pretty sure, have got that idea and thought about it, and at some point they have the thought of that idea being stupid has crossed their mind, and then they have just let it go. They have just dropped the idea and forgot about it, and did not go through with it or plan it and execute it. But did you ever think that if you get an idea and you think on it, and if you can plan it and execute it and put it out there, what if it works? Even though that you think the ideas that comes to your mind is stupid, that it's very low level, that people will not take it as what you expect it to be taken, but it can be something. It can be something if you put it out there. It can be something if you try to plan and execute it. Have you ever thought of that like that? I will take one person as an example throughout this video. I'm just taking that person as an example just to make my point clear and for the easy explanations. Everybody knows Elon Musk. Elon Musk, who is actually the owner of Tesla. Why am I taking him as an example? In early 2000s, I think almost year 2000, 1999, 2000 around, there was no way to make any internet payments. There was no way to make internet payments. So what Elon Musk did was come up with PayPal. PayPal was his idea, brainchild, which actually was a good platform to make secure internet payments. So he came up with PayPal. He actually wanted to have secure internet payment gateways, secure internet payment platforms. He came up with PayPal. He put it out there. It was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion, I think, around in 2002, if I'm correct. Then he went on to create a few other companies. So what if he has got the idea of PayPal, and what if he thought that, okay, no people will accept this, no person will take this serious, no one will actually please at least try this because they are very concerned about security. What if that idea has crossed his mind, and what if he has dropped that idea of building PayPal? then we will not have PayPal, we will not have Tesla, we will not have SpaceX, we will not have the Boring Company, so on and so forth. So the point that I'm trying to make here is taking that as an example. Even though people try to criticize your idea, even though people try to tell that your idea is not going to work, there can be a potential hidden inside it. There can be a potential that can be turned into a gem someday. So it's very human, and it's very human to be kind of lagged behind, thinking that if you put your ideas out there, people will laugh at you, people will try to criticize it. What I'm saying is, don't be afraid of that. The step that you can take before you put that idea out there, and before the people out there will criticize you, or people out there will either support you in some cases, I'm pretty sure if you can get your idea, if you can criticize it yourself, if you can get that idea, and if you can brush it up yourself, if you can think what are the negative things that can happen to that idea, what are the positive things that can happen to that idea, the pros and the cons and everything around it, and if you can fine tune that basic idea that you have, rather than just putting it out there as the basic idea as it is, if you can get it, and if you can brush it up, if you can criticize it yourself without telling it to others, I think you will be able to come up with a better idea that can be less criticized when it's put out there. Also, it will be a very fine-tuned and brushed idea, which will have a more potential of being something in the future. And I'm pretty sure 90% of the people who actually come up with basically each and every one of you, 100% of the people have come up with some idea at some point in their life and thought that this idea would be the next big thing. And they have some people, and less than 10%, actually less than 10% of the people have actually gone through and planned on that idea and executed it. There are different people in the society. There are, even though 100% of us have come up with that idea, come up with an idea that we thought will be the next $1 million idea, the next big thing, only a few people will actually plan it. There will be people who will be planning on it. There will be people who will plan, and at some point they'll come up with an obstacle, they will meet with an obstacle, and they'll just drop it there. Even though they are in the planning stage, they'll think that it's going to be obstacles and obstacles and obstacles in the future, and therefore they are going to drop that idea at then and there and move forward with their life in some other way. And there'll be people who will actually drop the idea at the idea stage itself, thinking that people being afraid that people will criticize it or people will laugh at you, and then there'll be the people who are failing, dropping it down at the ideas planning stage, and also there will be people who will be planning everything, all the things step by step in a structure, everything is perfectly done, but they don't go ahead and execute it. They don't want to execute it, thinking that what if that is not going to work. They feel insecure that if their idea is not going to work, then they're basically not willing to take the risk and go ahead with that idea. And then there'll be some small set of people who will actually get the idea, plan it, and execute it. And sometimes they will succeed, sometimes they will fail. But the set of the people who will actually take that risk and execute that idea, execute their plan, and try to make something out of it, try to put their idea out there. So why not everybody who gets the idea? What if everybody who gets the idea try to criticize it within themselves, try to understand the core of it, try to understand the use case of it, try to understand the uses of it, the pros and the cons, whether that's going to be something, whether that's going to be useful. If you are from the customer's point of view, if you look at that idea, what will you think? What will you actually believe yourself that this is something that you might purchase if you are a customer, if that's a product that you're going to put it out there? Why don't you think it within yourself and criticize it within yourself and put it out there? Then The people who are, definitely there will be people who will be supporting you and there will be people who will be criticizing it. That's a human nature. But the number of people who will be supporting it will be definitely increased if you put an idea out there that is actually brushed within yourself, and an idea that you do have all the answers to for the questions that everybody will be asking you. If you put an idea out there, and if the people are asking you how we are going to monetize it, then if you have an idea of a clear structure of how you are going to monetize this is the business plan, this is the plan that I am going to execute, this is the monetization structure, this is how much it will be costing, and this is how much the percentage of the money that I will be getting, so on and so forth. So if you have all the answers, if you have criticized your idea well enough, then you will be having all the answers that everybody will be, for everything that everybody will be asking from you. And so basically what I want to tell you is every idea that you get, try to brush that idea and put it, plan that idea first. Brush that idea, plan well how you're going to execute it. Then by that point onwards, you will definitely have a very structured and well planned, and put it out there and see. And take all the negative comments as well. Take all the negative comments, take all the positive comments, and improve on the negative comments. But less the more brush the idea that you put out there, the lesser the negative comments that you will be getting, and lesser the points that you will have to be improved to make that idea a fully complete one. So get the negative ideas, negative comments, the criticism from out there as well, and improve from that idea. Just don't ever think that people will be going to laugh at you just because it's an idea that comes out of you. That will never happen. Even though it happens, don't really care about that, because people will definitely laugh. There'll be some people who will be laughing at everything, there'll be some people who will be supporting you. So get the support of the people who actually support you, and make it your strength, and put the idea out there and make it the next big thing. It might succeed, it might not succeed, but at the end of the day, what really matters is that you have tried to do something, and you are self-confident, and you are very self-happy about what you have actually tried to do. If that succeeds, that really well. If that does not succeed, it's also fine, but you have gained something out of it. So coming back to the same example that I spoke earlier in this video, Elon Musk, where he created PayPal and went ahead to sell it, and then went ahead to create a few other companies like Tesla, the SpaceX, the Boring Company, so on and so forth. What happens there? What happened there? What happened there actually is that he came up with some ideas where he wanted to do something. Like he created PayPal because the internet secure internet payment gateways, and he created Tesla to make use of vehicles without using fuel, to run vehicles without using fuel. Then he wanted to explore space and Mars and so on and so forth. Therefore, he created SpaceX, and then Boring Company. So, all his brainchilds were actually, he tried to put it out there, and he tried to make it out there as his own brainchild, and he was very successful in it. There can be situations where you will also come up with some kind of those ideas, and put it out there, and go on to be successful at some point, and go on to fail at some point. But that's not always the case that you have to be pondering upon whether you are going to fail. What if that succeeds? Some people might say that because he has money, and he created the first thing, which is a very good idea, and he sold that, and he got a lot of money for himself, and because of that he has money to fool around, he has money to try new things, he has money to do new things. No, I'll tell you an example. Why has he named his company the Boring Company? Why has he named his company the Boring Company? He named his company the Boring Company not because that he has money to do so. He just wanted to do so. He just wanted to make a different thing. He just wanted to make people remember that. So it's a different thing. People don't go ahead and name their company the boring company. That was not the case. But he did something different and went ahead and created the company called Boring Company, and the name stuck. People actually talk about that. There were there's actually a nice story to one of his products that he has made. That is called the flamethrower. The flamethrower is actually one kind of a weapon that actually emits fire, something like that. There were some problems with the government and the deliveries and stuff like that, because that product is called the flamethrower. He actually came up with a pretty nice workaround to that. He named that product not a flamethrower. He did not accept the defeat and he did not stop the production of that product. What he did was went ahead and renamed the product not a flamethrower. Because it's not a flamethrower, he did not have that problems that he had earlier. So the thing is, if you have an idea, it does not have to be something that is very new. It does not have to be a brand new idea. It does not have to be something that was not done before. It's not the case. It can be something that's already existing, but an improvement on it. It can be something that makes some process that is already there a bit easier. It can be something that is already there, but in a better way. Don't ever think that all the ideas that have to come up as new ideas always have to be about something brand new, about something that was not there before. Even though it is something that was there before, your idea can be something big, something improved, something very improved, something people will really like if that was out there. Just because something similar to your idea is there, it does not mean that it's your idea or that you won't be able to do something better than that. It's worth giving a try. So why not just go ahead and try that? Why I took the example of Elon Musk is because it's very easy to explain, and everybody seem to know that person. And it's not because that he's having a huge amount of money on his name, and that because of that he can do something. No. Again, if you go back to that previous example, like he named his company the Boring Company, it's because he wanted to. It's not because he had money to. If money was the case there, then Bill Gates, who was actually the owner of Microsoft, could have went ahead and named one of his companies the Boring Company. He has money. Or the owner of Amazon could have gone ahead and named one of his companies with a name like that. But it didn't happen. So it's not always about the money that's the case. It's not because they have the money that they are doing stuff. It's because they think that they want it. It's because they feel that they want to do that. It's because they think and they validate their idea within themselves and think that this is going to work. This is going to be something different. And they are going to go ahead and execute it. They're not just going to go keep those ideas within themselves and ponder upon it, thinking that this might not work. They're going to put it out there, they're going to execute, they're going to have a plan, they are going to execute it, and they're going to succeed in it. It does not mean that all the millionaires and billionaires in this world have always succeeded in their very first idea. No. There can be hundreds and millions of times that they have failed also. They have failed. They have tried so many things. Sometimes their first idea might have worked, and while along the way they might have tried some other stuff as well, which have failed. So there can be some cases which all of those ideas will be successful as well. That is a different story. But the point here is, if you have an idea that you are confident about, you are very proud about, that you came up with, criticize it within yourself, try to brush the idea very well, try to see what the problems are, see what the negative things are, pros and cons are, and get all the answers straight, get all the problems solved, get all the workarounds solved, have a very structured plan, and then go ahead and execute that plan. When you have a structured plan and when you have confident answers to whatever the problems that people will be asking you, you will definitely be able to convert all the critics around you to your supporters. And you can increase your supporters and higher the number of supporters, then higher the confidence that you have and higher the support that you have, and it will be very easy to execute your plan and succeed in it. So that's the basic point that I wanted to discuss in this video. I hope and I believe that I was able to give you something to think about and give you something to get an idea on, or the very next time that you come up with an idea or some idea cross your mind that this can be some good idea, then just don't drop that idea, just try to improve that idea, just try to criticize that idea and see what happens, and hopefully in the future there'll be many new things, many improvements, many good things happening, and there'll be very successful people in the future who actually did not thought that they could make through, but eventually got the confidence to do so. So that's it for the third episode, and thank you very much for staying with me throughout this video, and hope to get your support in this video and the coming videos as well. So thank you very much, and hopefully we'll be seeing you in the next video very soon, and stay safe. Bye bye.